Hello and welcome back to our grade 9 maths lesson. I am Mrs. Rhea, your grade 9 maths teacher. In our last lesson, we looked at inequalities or inequations. In today's lesson, we are still looking at inequalities or inequations. Equalities or inequations. Okay, we will be basically looking at how to express inequalities in interval notation. Okay, there are brackets that we use when expressing inequations. The square bracket is the one that we use for less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. We use the round bracket for less than or greater than. Okay, let's look at an example on how we express inequalities in interval notation. Okay, we have an example. 5x is less than or equal to 10. Okay, 5x is less than or equal to 10. When we have an inequation like this, we use the normal way of solving equations, where we add, subtract, multiply, and divide on both sides of the equation. Since this is multiplying by 5, we are going to divide both sides of the inequality by 5. So we have 5x divided by 5 is less than 10 divided by 5. 5 cancels out, so x is less than or equal to 2. Now, how do we express x is less than or equal to 2 in interval notation? That's where we are going to make use of the square bracket and the round bracket. Okay, since x is less than or equal to 2, these are all the set of numbers, all the set of values which are less than 2, including 2. So we are going to put a round bracket on the left side with the negative infinite symbol and 2 with a square bracket, because 2 is also included in the set of values which are less than 2 or equal to 2. Okay, let's look at example 2. This was example 1. Okay, let's look at example 2. Okay, for example 2, we have 3x minus 5 is less than 6 minus 2x. Again, this is a linear inequation or inequality. So we are going to solve this like what we do when we are solving normal linear equations. We bring all the numbers to the right-hand side and all the letters to the left-hand side. How do we bring negative 2 to the left-hand side? We add negative 2x on both sides of the equation. So we have 3x plus 2x is less than 6 plus 5. Okay, 3x plus 2x is 5x. 5x is less than 11. Now, to have x on its own, we are going to divide both sides of the equation inequality by 5. So we have 5x over 5 is less than 11 over 5. This cancels out. So x is less than 11 divided by 5 is 2.2. So x is less than 2.2. So this time, it's all the values on the left side of 2.2. So that is all values less than 2.2. 2.2 is not included. We are going to put a round bracket on this side with a negative infinite symbol and 2.2 here. But since 2.2 is not included, we are going to close this with a round bracket. So this is x is greater than 2.2. Okay, let's look at one more example. Okay, that's example 3. Okay, example 3, we have 2x minus 10 is less than 2. Okay. Again, we bring the numbers to the right-hand side. So we are going to bring negative 10 to the right-hand side. So we have 2x is less than 2 plus 10. So we have 2x is less than 12. Okay. What are we going to do? This is supposed to be negative 2, not just 2. It's supposed to be negative 2. So we have negative 2x is less than 12. Okay. What are we going to do? We have to have x on it. So this time we are going to divide by negative 2. Remember, like what we have said in our last lesson, when we are dividing or multiplying by negative numbers, the symbol reverses. So since we are dividing by negative 2, this time we have negative 2x over negative 2. Since we have divided by negative 2, this symbol will reverse and it will become a greater than. So we have 12 divided by negative 2. This cancels out, so x will be greater than negative 6. Now, how do we write this in interval notation? Okay. Now, this time, it's all the numbers which are to the right of negative 6. So we are going to start with negative 6 with a round bracket because negative 6 is not included. So we have negative 6, comma, and the positive infinite symbol because it is all the numbers to the right of negative 6 with a round bracket. So this shows that x is greater than negative 6. And this is how we express that in interval notation. Now, this brings us to the end of our lesson on inequalities and also the end of our Term 3 lessons on algebra. In our next lesson, in our Term 4 lesson, we are going to look at money. And we all love money. So we are going to look at how we can manage money by using percentages to invest money to make extra money for ourselves and how we can buy at cheaper prices when items are on discount. That brings us to the end of our lesson. Thank you.